Let me try my box. Ta-da! And I help women. Oh, the match went out. I help women get rid of narcissist relationships, even if they've been in them for a couple decades. So if you're ready to stop feeling like you're a coward, if you're ready to stop feeling like you're being manipulated all the time, if you're ready to feel like you're an adult and not like you keep reverting back to when you were scared, when you were a little girl, understandably so. But if you're tired of that, then this is a good video for you to watch. Because one of the worst things, I personally think the worst thing the narcissist does to someone is they make them think that they're alone. They make them think that there is nobody else out there, nobody else who's having the same experience, and that their behavior is something that is secret and you deserve it. Let me give you a new reframe. Narcissism is basically when people are stressed out, and when they're stressed out, they choose coping strategies which are a little over the top, based on their biology, based on how their brain works, based on how they were raised, and based on trauma. And they'll either blow up, or they'll deny, or they'll try to people please, like love bombing, or they will disassociate, go someplace else. They don't even know who they are or what's going on. They'll get real rigid, black and white. I'm smarter than everybody else in their thinking. And we all experience this. When we experience it for a little bit, it's a mood. We all have moods where we're completely focused on how we feel because we don't feel good. Either somebody reminded us of something bad that had happened, or a bad memory that we have, or someone is treating us with disrespect. But when it happens temporarily, it's considered a mood. When it happens over a period of time, and depression fits in this too. Depression is a coping mechanism. Anxiety is a coping mechanism. It's how we feel when we feel out of balance, when we are out of balance. When it lasts a long time, like with a narcissist, it goes beyond a temperament, beyond, I've been depressed for a few months, or I've been stressed for a year, or the last couple of years have been tough. After temperament, it becomes a personality trait. And that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about people who have been so self-absorbed for so long that it's become a part of their personality. Being dysregulated, being out of sorts, being out of balance is their norm. And to them, it is something that needs to be secret, because they feel so ashamed that they can't control their own feelings, that they have no control over relationships, that they are stressed out, that they are overwhelmed, that they are insecure. They're so focused and attached on that it becomes their main way of being. And so they look at themselves and it's a secret. They look at themselves and they feel alone. They feel disconnected. They feel isolated. Because when someone is off balance, their brain is actually off balance. It's called dysregulation. When someone is stressed and behaving in those ways, it's called dysregulation. Now, anyone who's dysregulated is going to act like a lunatic because their body's working like it's not in tune. It can't quite get the rhythm. It can't quite find a flow. So it's constantly reacting. Its thoughts don't connect together. There are all these different compartments in the brain, and they're not talking to each other. And the brain's not talking to the body, and the body's not talking to the brain. And the heart's offline, and the gut's offline. And it's a mess. It's a mess. It's like a junior high band trying to learn how to march. It just isn't going to work very well. It takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. So this is where a narcissist lives most of the time, in this place of hiding, this place of being alone, this place of denying that they're alone in the first place. So of course, if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist for a while, you're going to pick up on this. you're going to start thinking that their behavior needs to be secret, that this is something that's way off the charts, that this is a really big deal, that this is overwhelming, that this is crazy making. When in reality, when you talk to most women who've been through narcissistic relationships and found better relationships or found their inner voice or their strength, they'll tell you, you know what? They were a monster. I thought they were a monster. They looked like a monster. They sounded like a monster. They sounded like the monster that hurt me when I was a kid. They acted just like that monster did. But I realized that I'm an adult and I could stop the monster because they really aren't people. And in fact, they're probably still stuck in some 3-year-old mindset. So narcissist comes across as if they know everything, as if they're right about everything, as if they've got all the answers. And that's the brain that's talking that's not regulated. That's the brain that's talking that doesn't work well. It's like you're letting the people who, it's like we're letting the drug addicts drive the bus. It's completely nuts when we believe what a narcissist says because they aren't in balance. And when you're around them, you're not in balance. That's why you feel crazy. You're in other areas of your life, you're okay, but then you feel like you live in Tune land. It's just not right. And what happens is you end up dysregulated, just like the narcissist, thinking the same things that they're thinking, feeling the same things that they're feeling. And it's a crazy way to live. And a narcissist will make you think that this problem, that their emotions, that it's your fault, that if you would just stop being crazy, that the relationship would be fine, when in reality, it's because of how they feel. They make you think that this is a secret just for the family to have, and no one's supposed to talk about it. Maybe it's drinking, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's being a rageaholic, maybe it's spending money, but they're secrets. But in reality, these activities are common. They're common. So we're a world filled with people who think that they're alone, think that they're experiencing that no one else has it. And you start to realize that this is an epidemic. This is a problem that's around the world of people who are stressed out and overwhelmed, behaving badly. And then other people who keep being victimized over and over because they don't know yet how to stand up for themselves. Or their emotions or your emotions get too big. They hijack you. They confuse you. They put you in the same crazy-making state that a narcissist is in. The only way you're going to get out is by realizing that you're part of something bigger than you. That this narcissist problem is not new. It's not special. It's not secret. It's something that household after household after household is experiencing and hiding from each other. We're all, as a society, we're representing what's going on in our minds, which is we're fragmented, we're disconnected. So the first thing that you can do to get out is start watching this live stream every morning. The next thing you can do to get out is to start creating relationships with people who are healthier. Now, you might not be able to find many because it's a crazy world anymore. You might have to actually go looking and find people who can connect with you. That's why I started a wonderful group. If you give me a call, if you send me an email, if you check us out, we've got a wonderful support group of women who are healthy. It's not just recycling the same story over and over. And what they learn is how to be authentic. They learn how to be themselves. They learn how to trust in their intuition. They learn how to relax and connect. And they realize that the monster was never really a monster. They were scary, but not nearly as scary as when you were a kid. So you start to realize that you're not alone and you've got a whole community and a whole family behind you. So if you're interested, go to my website, inspiremassage.com, soon to be ritahickmancoaching.com, and check us out. And if you do that, you'll start opening a door to a brand new world that says, you're not alone, you've never been alone, this is actually a common problem, and we know the way how to get you out of it. we know the way how to get you out of the narcissist codependent relationship that doesn't require you to go to decades of counseling to work on your childhood issues, and doesn't require you to suspend your belief and believe in something that you don't quite believe in, that's mystical and magical. No, there's science, there's understanding. This is how we get out of this trauma. This is how we reclaim ourselves. And it's simple and it's easy, and it just takes a few different elements, like finding people who have got your back so that you don't feel isolated and alone anymore. And that gives you strength and power, because that's how a narcissist keeps you trapped, by keeping you feeling alone and isolated. So step number 1 is realize you're not by yourself. Okay? So I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to have a great rest of my day. There's a good chance I'll be doing a presentation at Burning Man tomorrow, virtual Burning Man. And the title is, Have Your Toxic Partner Crawl Back on Their Knees to Get Themselves in Therapy and Save Your Relationship. It's going to be a great topic. So if you leave a comment, I'll see if I can get the link. They haven't set the time for me yet, but it should be a really fun workshop. It's going to be based on people come up and share their stories, and we help process them through. We help flip the switch on their nervous system, and you can see how it's done. It's simple, it's easy, doesn't require a story, doesn't require lots of time, and it's based on the science of how our nervous system works. It's really powerful stuff. So have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.